everyone, Miss Lou here from the New Victorian Parlor. Today I'm going to talk about a style of goth called punk goth, also sometimes referred to as Batcave or 80s goth. It goes back to the original style of goth, which came out of punk in the early 80s, and so at the time there wasn't a lot of differences between punk and goth. So people that like this style will take elements of punk and combine them with goth, or they'll look at the early styles and draw from that. So people that dress in this sort of style, a lot of fishnets, ripped stockings, a lot of DIY. They tend not to go to places like, you know, Hot Topic or Hell Bunny, like get stuff off the rack or off of websites. They might and then adjust them. DIY is really popular with this style, so they'll take fishnets and they'll rip them up and make a shirt out of it, or layer different layers of leggings with different styles of fishnets and things. That's a pretty common look. Also, combat boots are quite popular, although they might also go for you know, some newer styles like New Rock or Demonias and stuff, but the original was combat boots. Also winkle pickers, things with like pointy toes as well, to harken back to the 80s. Lots of, you know, buckles, chains, you know, bondage belts are often, you know, quite popular as well, and dog collars with spikes and things. Also their hair might be more of a punk style. They might have a mohawk or a death hawk, but not necessarily. But it is something that is popular, you know, with the scene. Also, you know, a lot of very sort of elaborate and striking makeup. I'll show you some pictures of some examples. Here we go. All right. So that's just some examples of what, you know, sort of punk goth looks like. And some people might argue, oh, that's more punk, or that's more death rock, or more goth, but they tend to take those kind of styles and merge them together. And death rock is quite close to punk goth, but I would say it's slightly different, and I'll talk a little bit more in another thing about death rock. But punk goth kind of harkens back more to the 80s and takes those, you know, takes those cues from the 80s, and they, you know, probably take cues from things like Susie and the Banshees and, you know, early Cure. Alien Sex Fiend is another band that's quite popular. So that's sort of and some examples of things that someone that's into punk goth might listen to. Again, it's just another style of goth, and it's part of the whole, as someone once said, you know, the tree of goth, you know, all these different branches and things, but it's all part of the same family. And again, you know, it's something that, you know, you might decide to wear sometimes and sometimes something else. So don't, you know, put yourself in a little tiny box unless you want to. That's my advice anyway. Or take like pieces from, you know, this style and that style and make your own. That's certainly my advice. Anyway, I hope this was interesting and informative. If you have any other things to say about it, or you know, feel free to put in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and once again, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. It's really awesome, and I hope you're enjoying things. If you have any suggestions for future videos, I'm always all ears, so put in the comments below. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Have an awesome day.